Hey, what's going on guys? John here, and today I'm actually going to be taking a look at this wireless HDMI adapter. This is basically a wireless kit that allows you to transmit an HDMI signal from one device to another. So I'm actually going to go through in this video, show you what's inside the box, and then we're going to cut over, I'll set everything up, and we can see if we can actually do a demo to see how well this works. So let's get into it. Now inside the box, I already basically had taken this apart just to get the plastic off and everything, but going through all our components, we have one of the transmitters here. So as you can see, it just has an HDMI plug end. There's a button on top, and then you also appear to have a USB-C connection here. Going through the remainder here, this is more or less a transmitter, it looks like. So this has an HDMI, almost like a VGA style connection there. That looks like audio. You've got your two antennas, USB-C, and then another button here. So we'll go through the manual just to get an idea of how this all works. This is pretty obvious. These are actually the antennas for the transmission. So I'll go ahead and hook these up. So these just spin on, and then basically you bring up the antennas. So this is now good to go. So that's pretty much what that looks like complete. And then we also have these HDMI connection ends. So this looks like it has one connection end to just standard HDMI. So I think what this does, this essentially converts from mini HDMI to HDMI. So if you need this with whatever device you're using, you have that. And then this also is, this looks like another form of HDMI. You have like the smaller version, I forget what they call this, but then this goes to the standard version. So you do have a couple plugs there you can use. And then it looks like we also have a few other components in here as well. So this is a standard HDMI cable that they include. You have a standard USB to USB-C charging cable. And then you've also got a second USB to USB-C. So pretty straightforward there. Let's actually go through and take a look at the manual, and this should give us some idea of what to expect. So this basically goes through the connection. You have a function button here, the light indicator, the USB-C power. So this essentially powers this dongle here. And then again, same thing, you have the receiver. So essentially you could connect the receiver to VGA or HD, and you have your 3.5 millimeter for audio. It has kind of a hardware casting idea as to what to expect here. So it says connect the HD port or VGA to the video of the display device, such as a monitor or TV. So we'll actually demo this. I'm going to do a demo here with a projector that I have. I don't have the projector screen set up necessarily. We might even be able to do it with a TV that I have in here as well. We could use as a test. Then it says connect the USB-C power supply, turn on the receiver, adjust the source, and basically that's it. So there's not really too much to it. It has pairing directions, so you use that function button here on the back alongside the function button on the top here to connect it, and it gives you some idea of the flashing and what to expect. And then it has just some notes here on any issues if you have problems like with functions or you want to make changes. There's actually an IP address that you can connect to over the network. Essentially it acts as its own wireless network device where you could go in and change features or settings or anything like that. So let's cut over the video. I'm going to set all this up and we'll do a little demo and see how well this actually works. Okay, so I completed the setup of this, and as you can see, I have the USB cable plugged into one of the USB ports to power the transmission device on my PC. So this also works as an alternative as opposed to using, say, a power brick. So you can see I have the device here. It's plugged into the third slot of my HDMI. So normally I have HDMI 1 on this monitor, HDMI 2 here. And what I did is we have a very large garage with a external projector that I actually have set up out in the garage. So I thought this would be kind of a cool test, is to take this projector and actually use it as a receiver, because it's very far away, as you can see. I'm probably a solid, I would say 30 to 40 feet away. So I've got this projector here. Unfortunately, at this very moment for testing, I don't have the cards pulled out or the actual projector screen set up. But what I was able to do is find an additional power brick, basically plug in the USB-C to USB into our receiver, and then I have my HDMI that was included with the package going into HDMI 1 of our projector. and I loaded up a game. I decided to load up Diablo 4, which at the time of recording actually recently just came out. And as you can see, it's actually displaying up on my garage door here. This isn't going to be the best picture at the moment just because this obviously isn't an ideal screen, but ultimately what I'd be able to do at this point is transmit not only the audio, but I could also play the game from out here. So one cool thing would be to get maybe like some Bluetooth controllers, come out here and play like, you know, some different games, or utilize this as maybe just something you could use in an office environment to project something across a long distance, maybe for a presentation, anything like that. So this is actually very, very cool. I was really impressed that this just came right up. It didn't have any additional setup. I was essentially able to do all this seamlessly without any issues at all. So I think if you're looking for something like this, the fact that it's going from here all the way down to the computer, all the way over there, this is very impressive to me. And I think this is something that I'm going to be able to utilize quite a bit just because of this same setup here that I just showed you. Anyway, I hope you found this helpful, and I will talk to you later.